child, listen, start over as many times as you need to, because life happens. And for me, having an understanding and not letting shame consume me or people's opinions about me, affect me, like, listen, I'm gonna start over. One thing about me, I'm gonna start over. Hey there, my name is Teresa and I want to welcome you back to another TB Styles video. Here at TB Styles, I make content for women in their 30s and beyond. Don't worry if you're not quite 30 or if you're a little bit further on the beyond side of things, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button because there is content here for you as well. In today's video, I am going to be sharing all of the deets on how I had to recently pull myself up out of a rut. Your girl was feeling a little ruttish. Is that even a word? I don't even know, but your girl was in a rut. And for those of you who may not be familiar with the term rut, it could also be characterized as feeling like you're in a slump, feeling like you're stuck or just severely overwhelmed to where it becomes mentally, physically paralyzing, to where you just don't feel like doing some of the things that you would normally do. Be sure to stick around until the very end because the last tip that I'm going to share with you is my absolute favorite. It's the thing that I will attribute most to me finally being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel and pull myself up out of my rut. Okay, let's get right into it. So the very first thing that I had to do, and you can do this too, or you should do this, is to first acknowledge that something is not right. You want to just really take some time, be honest, evaluate what's going on. If you're noticing that your habits are declining, those habits that you have been building all throughout the year, those habits are starting to decline a bit. You want to just really be honest with yourself and say, hey, I'm going through something seems a little bit off. Like, that's the very first step to finally being able to start to pull yourself out of that overwhelming feeling or the state that you're in. Like, just be honest. It's okay. Like, the stigma of feeling a little bit down and depressed, that stigma is way gone. So it is so important that you are honest with yourself, honest with the folks that's around you. Just let them know, hey, I'm feeling a little bit off. I may need some time, to kind of pull myself out of this thing that I'm in. And you may not even acknowledge it to be a rut or a slump, but you just know that something is off. Like, just acknowledge it. It's absolutely okay. And the first step is just saying it out loud so that you can actually start to work on whatever the feeling is that you're having. In addition to that, I would suggest that you take some time to identify what's causing you to feel a little bit down. I know for myself personally, one of the things that I realized is that, I work a 9-to-5, but I wasn't having that work-life balance that I should have. I found myself talking about work during date nights with my husband. I found myself talking about work while we're trying to just eat dinner, and it was really consuming me. So I realized that I had to pull back quite a bit, just keep my 9-to-5, and keep my personal life. But it had really started to consume me because I would be dreaming about work at night while I'm sleeping. And I'm like, okay, I love my job. I love everything about my job, but I can't allow it to consume me. So I really found like everything that I had been doing in my everyday, just regular life has been built or was built around my 9-to-5. And honestly, that's something that I had to quickly acknowledge and work towards changing. My favorite part of, finding yourself in a rut is knowing that, it's not something that you have to be stuck in forever. And if you have the tools that you need, you can certainly work towards moving away from that rut and moving on to having a life that you want to. And for me, one of the things that I found that really worked was to just really set intentions and be intentional about what I chose to do within my day. Now, you know, when I was in this rut, I would do my 9 to 5 work. I would get off, I would cook dinner, and I would do some schoolwork, you know, when it was necessary. Then I would get on this chair and watch TV and fall asleep on the chair until it was time for me to go to bed and take a shower. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm not doing any of my YouTube videos. I'm not doing any of the things that I really love to do after, you know, work is over. Like, I really just found that, you know, I had lost my passion momentarily. For me, like, really just setting those intentions for the day, just saying out loud, I am going to be productive today. I am going to record a YouTube video today. I am going to get up and do my skincare routine today. I am going to, you know, do something different. Make sure that I make an effort to get out of the house today. Being that I work from home, sometimes, some weeks, I don't even get out of the house until the weekend. And I'm like, this cannot be life. There's so much more to life. Now, if you like that sort of things, then that's absolutely fine if that's normal for you. But for me, your girl likes to go shopping. Your girl likes to go to At Home and Target. But I wasn't doing any of those things over the past few weeks. And I knew something was wrong. And, you know, I just had to start really declaring and being intentional about my plans for the day. It could have been something as simple as, I'm going to get up today and I'm going to make a healthy breakfast today. Yes, y'all, I'm telling you, it got to the point where I would just drink coffee and not even eat breakfast in a day's time. Like, and I'm a breakfast girl. I'm a breakfast, lunch, and dinner girl. Okay, I eat 3 meals a day, if you cannot tell. So I knew that something was just off, and I just had to really just practice being intentional. And, you know, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to church today. You know, I'm going to get up and I'm going to watch Bible study today. I'm going to get up and I'm going to read my word today. Really being intentional about the things and making sure that I'm getting back into the habits that I've built. And it's something that you should definitely make a part of your life. Every day is not going to be easy, sis. Every day is not going to be easy. And sometimes you are just going to have to speak it until it happens. And by setting those intentions for yourself, those intentions for your day, you will certainly notice that your brain is going to start believing what it is that you're saying. And, you know, once you start speaking those things that you're planning to do and that you're wanting to do, eventually your body and your brain is going to catch up with it. And you're going to start picking up those habits yet again. So in addition to just being intentional, one of the things that I found to be super helpful for me is just really practicing building my habits back. Okay, like at the beginning of the year, even I would say in the second quarter, for the most part, I was really, you know, intentional about making sure that I got my exercise in, really making sure that I got my macros in for the day, really just, you know, having those good habits that contributed to a good quality of life for myself. So one of the things that I've recently started to do is just really practice building those habits yet again. So even when I don't feel like it, and I know this goes hand in hand with being intentional, but even when I didn't feel like it, because I was intentional and I said out loud, hey, I am going to make myself a healthy breakfast today. Like, getting up, you know, making sure that I had the foods on hand. So doing the grocery shopping that I needed to do. So I didn't have any excuse. And setting a time for myself, 9:30, go downstairs, you know, take 10 minutes out of the workday, make your egg whites, whatever it may be, and, you know, just get it done. And like really just practicing, putting those habits and those intentionalities in motion really helped me to get back to where I am today. And, you know, not even just with something as simple as breakfast, but just really building those habits around reading my word a bit more. Like, you know, for me, it was starting back to reading one scripture a day. You know, spending 5 minutes, you know, reading one scripture, and then eventually building back up to my 30-minute day goal that I've established for myself. If you haven't seen that goal setting video, I'll leave a link or information up top, and you can certainly click on that video because there's a lot of good information there for you. But for me, just practicing those habits, y'all, sometimes it feels like starting over and starting from scratch, but it's okay to start over. It is absolutely fine. I don't know where this whole stigma came from, where there's shame around, having to start over from scratch. But honey, child, listen, start over as many times as you need to, because life happens. And for me, having an understanding and not letting shame consume me or people's opinions about me, affect me. Like, listen, I'm gonna start over. One thing about me, I'm gonna start over. If it's a weight loss journey, if it's a mental health journey, whatever it is, I'm going to start over. And then eventually, it's going to become a habit. So just get into the practice of really just practicing and walking out those intentionalities that you've set for yourself. One of the things that really helped me to pull myself up out of a rut was to just completely change my routine. When I tell you that just changing small things here and there really made a big difference in how I approached the day, like that really helped me. And it's something that you should definitely give a try. If you are, in a similar situation, feeling a similar way, try switching up your routine. So for me, it wasn't necessarily switching up my routine, but it was switching up what it is that I was having for breakfast every single day. I was switching up the type of exercise that I did, in a day. And, it really, really, really made a difference for me. It made it more exciting. I had something to look forward to and not the same old, same old. Sometimes we get stuck, and I am a creature of habit. I will eat the same things every single day. I will, wear the same type of clothing, like a uniform every single day. Not the same clothes. No. We don't do that over here. But the same type of just lounge wear every single day. I would wear my hair the same way every single day. And it got to the point where I was just really just feeling so down on myself. Like, yo, what is happening? Like, for me being a natural hair girl, like I would literally twist my hair up on a Saturday, and I would wear those twists throughout the week because I was working from home. And I'm like, okay, girl, you got to do something different. Whether it be a wig, whether it being rocking a twist out, whether it being rocking a ponytail, you got to switch it up. So I found that just by switching things up just a bit really helped me to, get out of my, rut a little bit quicker, because it is so easy to fall into a routine and stay there. Now, routine is definitely good. However, there needs to be some versatility when it comes to, the routines that you have for your daily life, because you're going to find yourself bored very, very quickly. And once you get bored, then you're not going to want to do what it is that you're doing. For me, I was doing the same type of exercise every single day. And then it got to the point where I just got really bored with, riding the Peloton bike every single day and not really going anywhere, So for me, it was getting outside and getting some steps in the fresh air, like change of scenery is everything. So just switching things up a bit can certainly help you to work towards moving out of your rut or your slump, whatever it is that you describe it as. Just try something different. Try doing something different in your day, and it can certainly help you to move away from your rut and living the life that you want to live. We have finally made it to the end of today's video, and this very last tip is my ultimate favorite for how I got myself out of a rut and how you can do it too. Now, depending on what it is that you believe in, over here, your girl is a God girl through and through, okay? And for me, really just seeking God first, that changed everything. That was a game changer. Like, just really leaning into my word. I know I've mentioned that so many times in this video, but it works for me. For me, finding community within my church. I talked about this specifically in my goal setting video. And then also, actively seeking out community online, like just watching various Bible studies online, and like just really diving deep and listening, being still and being quiet to hear God's voice. Like that was a major game changer for me. When I tell you just the peace that I've had over these past few weeks has been amazing. And I attribute that to like really just listening for God's voice and being still. And the only way that you can find, well, I won't say the only way, but the way that I found, myself in a place or position to where I could really hear God speak is I had to just really stop the overthinking, just stop being in my head so much, and, just really find myself spending quality time with Him, reading my scriptures daily, reading my devotionals, like all of those things really made a huge difference for me. So this tip is like my absolute favorite. It's something that you should definitely try. I don't know what it is that you believe, but if you believe in God, then, certainly try leaning into Him, because that's what He wants you to do. And He's there. He's there to listen. He's there to take those burdens from you. He doesn't want you to be in a rut. He doesn't want you to feel down. He wants to, give you a life that is meaningful, a life that is so worth living. And there's so much that we can be doing, you guys. I know it's so easy to just get stuck where we are, feel stuck, because you're not stuck. There's this huge world out there waiting for you. And, I really hope that you have found this video to be helpful, because when I tell you that these things have really helped to change my life over these past few weeks, I am not kidding. I know these tips sound like things you've heard before, but your girl has lived it. I've lived it. I've followed through on these tips, and here I am. I feel better than ever. I feel like, okay, bring it on, because your girl is ready. So yeah, if you have not caught up on all of the videos on the channel, please feel free, or please take some time to do so. Please get caught up, because your girl has been making some content. I'm excited, to continue to put content out on this channel. And welcome to all of my new followers. Y'all, we're growing slowly, but we're definitely growing. So shout out to you, and you. And until next time, guys, I'm out. Peace.